grade. Welcome to our math lesson. We're going to start right with the first module that says Module 1, Understand Multiplication. And we're going to be doing some, in this very first lesson, just some background knowledge or some background information to see what stuff you remember from second grade. That's going to help you with this first lesson for your third grade math. So, oops, sorry, I hit my knee on the table. So the first thing we need to do is we need to find, it says, can you find the total without counting by ones? So we don't want to be adding when we count by ones. We want to see if there's a way that would simplify or make it easier for us to count without having to count individual items. So the first thing I notice is we have 6 flower pots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? We have 6 flower pots. And our first question, sorry, I've got to hide our answers here. Our first question is we want to figure out how many flowers there are. And I found, when I was looking at these, I found in each flower pot, which is one set, I have 2 flowers. So for the first question, I could count by 2s. I do not have to count by 1s. I can count by 2s, right? It said don't count by 1s, but I could count by 2s. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I have 12 flowers in for my first question, right? My next question deals with leaves. And we need to know how many leaves there are. Well, this one could get tricky because there's a lot of leaves in each pot. But remember, one pot is one set. So if I look on this flower here, I have 3 leaves. And on this flower here, I have 2 leaves. Well, I know that 3 plus 2 equals 5. So I know that in each pot or in each set, I have 5 leaves. So if I count by 5s this time, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I should have 30 leaves when I count by 5s. Now my last question wants to talk about petals. Now there are a lot of petals. That would take me a while if I wanted to count by 1s for my petals. But I notice that there are 5 petals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals on each flower. Even on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I have 5 petals on this flower and 5 petals on this flower, I know that 5 plus 5 equals 10 flowers. Or I'm sorry, 10 petals. So this last one I must count by 10s. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So I have 60 petals. So notice I did not count by 1s, but I did count by 2s. I counted by 5s, and I counted by 10s. A lot faster than if I were to do the petals, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And what if I lose count? Right? But if I know that I've got 10 in this one pot, and then I count by 10s, I can get to 60. Okay? And we would have did a little turn and talk, but really, this is what we just did. Okay? All right, so we're going to do the next page. Sorry, there's the answers. I didn't mean to have those on there. So our next page says, are you ready? Complete these problems to review prior concepts and skills you will need for this module. Notice I'm reading all my directions. I always read my directions. I don't just jump right into my work. Count on to add. Count on to add. Find the sum. And notice we have what's called a number line here. And I'm thinking maybe in second grade you guys use number lines to help you add. You probably also use number bonds. You had all kinds of different strategies that you could use to help you with your addition. This time we have a number line. So Our first problem is 7 plus 2. So I'm going to start on the 7. I apologize that it's already marked up, but I recorded this lesson and then it disappeared on me, so I'm redoing it right now. So if we do 7 plus 2, we always start with the first number, right? And we want to go up. We know that plus symbol, when it looks like this, means plus. We're going to add 2. So 7 plus 2, 1, 2. That's going to bring me to my 9. So 7 plus 2 equals 9. My next problem is 8 plus 4. So this time I'm going to start on the 8, and I need to add 4 to it. So 8 plus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 plus 4 equals 12. And our last problem, I'm going to have you try to do it on your own. This one I bet you could do right in your head. 6 plus 1. So if I start at my 6 and I go up by 1, I bet you wrote down that you got 7. Right? 6 plus 1 equals 7. So our next problem is that we need to count by 5s and 10s. So count by 5s or 10s, write the numbers. So I see that I've got some apples, right? And in each group of apples, there are how many apples? You've got it. There are 5 apples. So if I'm going to count by 5s, I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So I can see that as I am going up by 5, right, each time I'm going to add another 5. So I know I can count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So those you should have written down in this section. So the next section, we're going to count by, what do you think that is? We see 2 hands, right? 2 hands, and we're counting with our fingers. Well, I know that my hands, I've got 10 total fingers. So we can see that here. We have 10 total fingers. So we're counting by 10s for this one. And we kind of could figure that out, right? Because it said count by 5s or 10s. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40. So counting by 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40. We have 40 fingers right here on our paper. And our last problem, we're going to talk about arrays. And arrays, I am sure, or I'm hopeful that you learned about in 2nd grade. Arrays are models. And it says find the number of rows and the number of objects in each row. Complete the addition equation to find the total. So we're going to start with number 6. So a row is what it goes across. Okay, this is what is called a row, is what is called across. And we need to know how many rows we have, and then how many are in each row. Well, we have 1, 2 rows, and then how many are in each side, each row? We have 6. So for my first problem, I know I've got 2 rows of 6 squares. So if I have 2 rows of 6 squares and I want to know how many total squares I have, I am going to add 6 plus 6. And when I add 6 plus 6, I know that equals 12. So this time I was counting by 6s, right? 6, 12. Okay, our last problem on this page. We have how many rows in this one? We have 1, 2, 3 rows. And how many squares are in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in each row. So I have 3 rows of 5 squares. So you're going to notice you have 3 spots to add. So we know we need to do 5 and 5 and 5, right? Because we're doing 3 rows of 5 squares. To find the total number of squares we have 15 because we're counting by 5s. All right. So I'm going to stop there with our first beginning part of our lesson. I don't want to have one big long lesson that's going to be like a half an hour on here that you have to listen to me talk. So we're going to do this. You can take some time, and if you didn't get to fill out the whole paper, make sure that you've got this filled out. If you need to look back to the video and watch it again, you certainly can, to help you figure this one out. All right, and then our next video will be for lesson 1. So the next video you'll want to have your lesson 1 papers ready. All right, I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.